Yet another movie is marred by a real-world horrific act of violence. You're watching Beyond the Trailer's review of The Watch.
There is an alien invasion happening. They're among us.
That's why I founded the Neighborhood Watch.
Any one of these people could be an alien. Check her out. It's like she's studying some new discovery. Should I put it in my flavor snout?
Understandably, 20th Century Fox felt they had a hit on their hands with Neighborhood Watch. The script had been reworked by the top-notch comedic screenwriting duo Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, and reteamed funny men Ben Stiller and Vince Vaughn once again after Dodgeball back in 2004. Oscar nominee Jonah Hill was also on the cast, while up-and-coming UK comedian Richard Ayoade would help the film at the foreign box office. What's more, Lonely Island's Akiva Schaffer was signed on to direct, giving the film some youthful street cred, while Sean Levy produced, his long stream of mainstream hits adding some security to the whole affair. But just as the film launched its marketing campaign, Trayvon Martin was gunned down in Florida by George Zimmerman, who at the time was acting as captain of his Neighborhood Watch. Now, even though Fox's film focuses on a neighborhood fighting aliens, they suddenly found their film all too closely associated with this tragedy. Neighborhood Watch was quickly changed to The Watch, but Fox still wasn't sure how to appropriately advertise the film without offending anyone or reminding audiences of the shockingly sad Martin Zimmerman controversy. So they reverted to the old floating heads poster technique and an ad campaign that's been unusually quiet. And what's worse, now the film is being released after another tragic shooting, that in Aurora, Colorado, at a midnight screening of The Dark Knight Rises. And everyone involved in The Watch desperately needs a hit. Ben Stiller needs to rebound after Tower Heist dramatically underperformed, and likewise for Vince Vaughn after The Dilemma. Jonah Hill is coming off of a huge hit, 21 Jump Street, but certainly doesn't want to make it look like that was all Channing Tatum's doing. As for Richard Ayoade, this is hardly the way he wants to be introduced to American audiences, and Akiva Schaffer would love to prove that Hot Rod was simply too niche rather than not good. Finally, it's been all downhill for Sean Levy since Night at the Museum, and he's obviously eager to reverse the trend. Can The Watch step out of the shadow of the Trayvon Martin tragedy? But maybe Fox should have shelved it for a while, not just for business reasons, but also out of respect for what happened to Martin. Or maybe the whole issue is moot because it's just a bad movie. Let's go find out. Ben Stiller and Vince Vaughn, they have a lot of hits, they have a lot of misses. Is this a hit or a miss?
I think it'll be a hit. Sort of middle of the road,
Oh,
really.
okay.
But very good, though.
In 5 years, I will not want to watch it again. One time is okay.
This movie was terrible. It's not one of their better films.
Yeah?
The script is not as funny as it could be. It had a couple of holes in it, but it was, for me, it's a very enjoyable film.
Who stood out? I mean, it's a very competitive cast.
The new actor, Richard Ayoade, is
Yeah?
Yeah,
I think the British guy was
Oh,
kind of
really?
hit, yeah.
Oh, good.
Honestly, Jonah Hill.
Really?
I love Jonah Hill. So
Yeah.
there's just something about him.
I've watched him from when he was really, really heavy and everything, and he's just always extremely funny and very, very witty.
They're funny. They're great
Yeah.
guys, great actors. But I feel like they were just kind of like, we're at a point where we can just say anything and it's going to make people laugh.
Oh.
And I'm like,
I've seen comedians go there,
Yeah,
right?
you can't just take two people and put a camera on them and expect them to make you laugh.
This movie has a little bit inappropriate humor in it, right?
Yeah, it is.
Is it too blue for you? Or?
No. It's actually, I think it's just right for my generation. Very liberal, so I don't mind it. In fact, I like jokes like that.
I thought it was really funny, and of course, guys would definitely take a lot of humor.
Well, there's some dirty humor.
Yeah.
I didn't see it, you see a lot more on cable TV.
That's true.
Bridesmaids' humor was so funny that it seems like ever since then they've been trying to make a Hangover / Bridesmaids, like keep it on that level of raunchy, dirty, mean, like go for the throat jokes. And I'm just kind of like, all right, like we've seen the good ones, we've had enough. Like let's move on.
So the controversy with this film, with the Trayvon Martin shooting and everything,
yes, I know,
right?
So they changed it from the Neighborhood Watch to the Watch.
Did you think about that at all when you were seeing the movie?
Not at all.
Oh, good.
I don't think it really had any bearing.
Oh, okay. So you can still enjoy the movie. And,
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, good. Is this even a rental?
I really felt like I was being held hostage.
It's not like we'll blow you out the water, but it's good enough.
I think if they have, a day where they want to be cheered up, I would come to the theater.
I probably am going to see it again, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What do you give it on a 1 to 10?
I'd give it an 8.
I think I'm gonna give it 6.5.
I'll give it a 7.
I would give it a 9.
Because of the cast and their reputation, I'll give it like a 4.
Sounds like whenever The Watch might have been released, it would still be a mixed bag, as audiences overall give the film a 7. I'm Grace Randolph reporting from AMC Empire 25, and I hope we'll go beyond the trailer for these other top movies.